Okay, so yeah, I am sitting down in this video. I'm going to, so this is video 1, you probably already got from the title of 2. I'm gonna make two videos on this. This is the first video, which is how to do a cheap 2x setup on a budget. Okay, now there's a lot of people out there that probably don't have enough money to maybe do a 2x or a 1x setup or whatever, you know. So this is what I've done. Let me go get the other chain ring real quick and I'll okay, so here it is. This is the 44 tooth chain ring that went right lined up on there, but I took that off. Okay, so this is how pretty much, this is super simple. Oh my gosh, that's not on there all the way. Super simple on how to do this setup. There's one thing you're going to want to do, which I have not done yet but will do, and I'll do a little video on that also too. Okay, so first off, you're going to need a basic set of tools. You can use a screwdriver, but it's nice to have a female tool for the other ends of these, but you can use a screwdriver. And you're going to need your Allen or Torque. I'm pretty sure that one's Allen, so you're going to need your Allen key. You're going to take this apart, and this big, depending on the size of chain ring you have, you're just going to, like this one I could slip off. I didn't even have to take the pedal off or nothing. And so then after you do that, obviously y'all can already see there's going to be space left over because, well, this was taking up some space. I mean, it's pretty thick. So I'm going to replace this later. But what I did, because I couldn't find any, is I cut these out of some plastic RC body clips and made washers. And over here I found these little rubber washers that actually worked a lot better, I think. I'm not sure, honestly. But yeah, I just put that in there to make up the difference for the space. It works perfect. I haven't had any trouble with it so far. Okay, so then after you take all that off, you get that chain ring off and you put that on. What you're going to want to do now, obviously you can leave the back chain ring because you're setting up a 2x. You're going to have to go to your derailleur and adjust the low screw right there. Depending on your derailleur, it could be in a different place. Adjust the low screw so it can't shift out any farther. So now when it shifts, it only shifts up to this highest chain ring. And my configuration of chain rings was a 44 tooth, a 32 tooth, and I think a 28, or a 24, I mean. I'm pretty sure is the configuration. So the 32 and the 24 are perfect for, in my opinion, for a 2x setup, okay? Because 32, that's a good, you know, that's a good number of teeth for trail riding and everything. And if you're doing some real intense uphill stuff, then yeah, you can switch to that 24. It'll give you a little help, you know. But the reason I wanted to do this video is I'll probably be converting to actual 1x setup soon, and I wanted to make a video for people, you know, not everybody has the money to do an actual 1x setup. I mean, if you think about it, just a narrow wide chain ring, this is not a narrow wide chain ring. This is one that's meant to be able to shift, and it has the, like, some of these are, it's weird. But you know, if you're wanting to go to a 1x setup or a 2x setup, a 2x, honestly, to get the right configuration or whatever, it could be more. I mean, this will end up, because I had a 3x9, so this is a 2x9. Normally it's a 2x10 when people do a 2x setup, but you know, if you're on a budget it really doesn't make that much difference, and most people aren't even going to be able to tell. You know, so the other thing you're going to want to do when you do this is make a homemade or buy a chain tensioner, and it will hold the chain up to about there. So then it doesn't, because most likely if you're doing this, if your cranks, now if you're going on a lower end bike, you might have to buy new cranks. These are Shimano Alova Octalink cranks, and they do have the spider crank, you know, thing. Most lower end bikes don't have that. It's all built together, this 3x setup, which is super dumb, but I've had bikes like that before, and I wanted to do this before to them, but then you find out you can't, and you're like, oh crap. So you're probably, if your cranks aren't like this, you're not going to be able to do this setup, okay? I repeat, you're not going to be able to. It won't work. But if you have a bike and it has at least cranks good enough like this, there's a good chance that it won't have a clutch rear derailleur, okay? A clutch rear derailleur is when it has a clutch like you can do like that. What that will do is add chain tension to the chain so it doesn't bounce so easily. Because, I mean, you can see that freaking partial. I also will say I need a new chain. I'm actually getting a new chain today. My chain is stretched really bad. But still, because honestly that should be up there at least, but it's like down here. But still, that is bad. So you can look up, there's a lot of videos on how to make a homemade chain tensioner. It'll hold it. You can make one for the top. The top ones, in my opinion, probably wouldn't work as good for if you're doing this 2x setup, because you're gonna have that. It's better idea to do the bottom. Alright, sorry. The bottom one is definitely gonna work a whole lot better. That adds a lot of chain tension, and then that has a less probability of bouncing off. For video 2 I'll do after this, I am going to do the 1x setup and set it up on this 32 tooth chain ring, which actually will work out good. Don't know if you can see it. I'll spin it. You probably saw it already in one of those. Freaking whoever put this together in the factory, when I took it apart and was doing some stuff back here, these nuts that go back there, they cross-threaded them like really bad. So yeah, you probably saw one poking out. The other ones I was able to get decent, but that one was like jacked up, and I was kind of pissed off about that. But in the end, I'll have a 1x setup, so it won't really matter in the end. But I was like, what the heck? Come on, guys. Anyway, this is super easy to do yourself. You just need a basic set of tools, and you know, it's easy. It works great. If you do this the first time, you need to buy metal washers. Get them at a hardware store real cheap. It's a lot better idea, okay? This is not smart, okay? I would not recommend doing this, but it was all I had. I will replace it with metal washers, but I'm known to do stuff like this, just, you know, random. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. You can try this, but be careful, and remember, use metal washers. Thanks for watching, guys.